Nowadays, we hear a lot about students falling behind on their reading comprehension skills, but a school district in southern Indiana says that a statewide approach to teaching students how to read is helping them get over this hump.
So Wave News reporter Fernando Garcia-Francescini decided to look a little closer at the method and how it's helping students specifically in Greater Clark County schools.
If you come to North Haven Elementary School, you'll notice they care a lot about reading here, and that's why teachers have been working really hard for the last couple of years to improve reading proficiency levels.
The really big thing I want you to remember is central idea. What do I want you to remember? Central idea.
At Mrs. Carpenter's class, students are already hard at work on their reading comprehension skills.
Explanation.
It comes right as the Greater Clark County Schools District celebrates a big success, getting third graders state reading scores to the highest point they've been in 8 years, since well before the pandemic.
Over the last few years, even those of us who have had a lot of literacy training previously in our careers have had our eyes opened to some of the foundational pieces that past curriculum and past approaches were skipping over or not emphasizing.
Dr. Karen Wesley says the district has spent the last 3 years following Indiana's recently legislated science of reading. It's scientifically based research that guides schools as to what they need to do to make sure that students are meeting their literacy levels.
We weren't spending enough time building the foundational blocks that helped them decode the words, read fluently, which leads to being able to comprehend.
Dr. Wesley says changing their approach led to a 3.2 percentage point increase in iRead testing proficiency from 2025 to 2026. While other school districts in the area still have higher iRead passing rates, Dr. Wesley says Clark County is on the right path as they continue focusing on not just teaching, but also analyzing what the data says.
And then whatever that data is telling us, if we don't do something with it, then we are losing ground instead of gaining ground.
Reporting in Jeffersonville, Fernando Garcia-Francescini, Wave News.